Hello everybody, my name is Shelly and I am so glad you're here. You're a little close, but that's okay because we're going to play with some eyeshadow. I have two palettes, and one of the things I like to do on this channel, if you are new here, is compare the high expensive version and a dupe, a purported dupe, see if we can't come up with the same look, the same vibe, the same whatever, je ne sais quoi, and see if maybe save some coin. So today I figured I'd pull out the Natasha Denona. This is the Sunset palette. I think you can still get this certain places. Don't quote me on that. If you happen to have it and it's getting ready to get expired because this is not a new release, then maybe save some money and get a less expensive version. But this is the color of it. And to me, this is definitely late summer. Now we're past that. So, you know, take that with what it will. But there's some late summers, but then there's just some like warm, everyday, sunsetty vibes. And this red right here, this kind of brick red, that jumps out at me and it's a little scary. And this yellow jumps out at me and it's a little scary. But if you remove those two shades, of course I'm covering one of the, you know, this great cool tone, it's just like a brown palette. It's not scary. That's like gold and brown and orange and stuff. So, thought I'd put it up next to the CColour Cosmetics Sundown palette. This is another 15 color eyeshadow collection made in the PRC, and that's what that looks like. So if you put these two bad boys together, the more expensive Natasha Denona one versus the CColour Cosmetics one, which I believe is still available, hey, you have a very similar color story. Now they made it fun, and they didn't put them in the exact same place, which I don't mind. That way they can get away with saying it's inspired by, without actually being a fake, which I have an ethical opposition to. I don't want fakes, but if it's inspired by and it's close enough, I have a looser meter on that. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Not gonna judge. We're just gonna kind of go with it. So I've got a little bit of makeup on. I did put some of the P. Louise eye base on already. It looks like this. I think mine's in shade 2, right? Yeah, number 2. So I have that on my eyes. It should be well enough dried down. What I'm going to use is same brushes on each side. I'm going to color switch them in between. Probably even use this to make sure that the color's off of it. And then, yeah, we'll see if we can't get the same look for each one. I know you guys like this. I've heard from so many of you guys saying, oh my gosh, I love the dupe videos. And not everybody has the coin, especially with the way the economy is going right now, to justify the big expenses. Now, if you're someone who only buys a palette or two a year, and this color story speaks to you, then you can get the price per wear down a little bit and it makes more sense. If you're eyeshadow obsessed like I am, then you end up, you know, buying both. But maybe one could be the traveler kind, which I want to talk to you guys about too. Maybe I'll do that in another video. I have like a whole thing I want to talk about, but maybe I'll do that in a video. If you guys are new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I would love to see you guys back around. I love it when you guys comment, so feel free to even just say hi, let me know where you're from. Would love to see that. And follow me over on Instagram at Shelly Tsunami if you're interested too. I am not a makeup artist. I don't get anything in PR. Everything is purchased with my own money. That way you guys know you're getting my real honest, no filtered, non-influenced opinion on these products. So let's do, we're gonna be predictable. I'm gonna put the Natasha Denona on my wedding ring sign. I put this ring over here because it was spinning, but we'll change it. Okay, so my wedding ring sign is gonna be the Natasha Denona side. CColour Cosmetics side is gonna be the, well, sorry, the non-wedding ring side. My right hand, maybe your left side. I'm not really sure how it's gonna look when, you know, it gets edited. But this side will be the CColour Cosmetics side. And that ring's gonna spin and it's probably gonna drive me crazy here. Okay, I don't really know what I'm gonna do here. I kind of wanna use that red just because it's so crazy, but we're gonna start with what looks to me to be the transition shade. CColour Cosmetics does have a lot of kick up. In my opinion, that has always been the case. I originally got kind of interested in saw CColour Cosmetics because I was at a TJ Maxx, I believe, and I saw a palette and it was a gorgeous palette and I was like, I've never even heard of this brand before, and went online and Googled it, see if there's any reviews out there, ran across Hot Mess Mama MD, Rhonda's, you know, she does a tutorial on it, and it was a, I'm just gonna take that same shade all over my lid here, and it was a dupe video, and I was like, what is this? And I was so excited. I'm cleaning off my brush right now. From that point in time, I think I've bought just about every single CColour Cosmetics palette. Okay, we're taking the Natasha Denona, the authentic original one. Do have some kick up, maybe not quite as much as the CColour Cosmetics side. Let's just see if we can't get the color story to be about the same. Now, I can tell you right off the bat that this color on the Natasha Denona side seems to be a lot less yellow than the CColour Cosmetic side. I did go in quite a bit with the CColour Cosmetic. I went in a couple times just to make sure that it was just nice and saturated and didn't skip or anything like that. Neither one of these appeared to be very patchy or chalky looking, which is nice. I'm gonna clean my brush off again and go back in on the CColour Cosmetic side. And the CColour Cosmetic side just looks more yellow to me than the Natasha. So right off the bat, I'm noticing a difference in shades, different in tone. Like the way the Natasha Denona one covered though. Not a big surprise, you know, it's significantly more expensive. Let's go in with, man, do I want to do something? I think I do. I think I'm going to challenge my comfort zone here a little bit. I'm going to go in with this orange here. It's almost like a burnt sienna, pumpkin-y kind of color. Quite a bit of pickup, just in case you're wondering. I'm going to use that as my crease shade, just kind of darken up that lid space a little bit. And I just basically just kind of windshield wiper motion whatever thing. Some people don't feel like ladies of a certain age should do that, but don't care. Okay, putting in a little bit more here. Kind of build it up a little bit. How are you guys doing? You guys getting excited about holidays? Yep, we're about there. Okay, I feel like that one is supposed to match up with this shade over here on the Natasha Denona side. So I cleaned off my brush. Not quite as much kick up color side. I think perhaps the CColour side is just more loosely packed. I can tell you that the Natasha Denona packs a punch. It definitely has a much more richer tone to it, very much more saturated. So I'm going to try to blend this out a little bit here. And cleaning off the brush, we're going to go back into this is the color that I was using. There's this one that's a little bit darker. I think I'm going to go back and forth between the two of these, pick up both colors, and see if I can't match that from the Natasha side a little bit more. That definitely got me a little bit darker, but I feel like the CColour Cosmetic side might be still a little bit more or like yellow toned than the Natasha Denona. So far so good though. I mean, it's really not horrible. I cleaned up the brush. I'm just going to kind of blend in with that first shade that's a little more yellowy. This side looks slightly patchy, but not horrible. And I honestly haven't had any problems. See, I can see just this line right here. I haven't had any problems with CColour Cosmetics formula, but you can't really compare the formula to Natasha Denona, so I kind of want to grab that red. I'm going to take the scariest color in here. This red right here. It's another matte. Let's see how CColour Cosmetics side does. See how CColour Cosmetics does. Matte, red, matte. Okay, it goes on slightly sheerer than I thought it would. I suspect the Natasha Denona one is gonna bump that up here. I'm gonna go all over the lid. I normally don't do a really dark shade all over my lid because I have smaller hooded close set eyes to begin with, and if I don't bring light to it, then you kind of lose and your eyes look a little smaller and closer set and, you know, whatever than it needed to be. Now, I feel like I probably needed to tap that off a little bit more than I have. So I've got a little bit of transfer and I get a little bit of this kind of pink eye look, which is not my favorite thing in the world. Let's see if we can't just clean that out just a little bit. So I got some fallout there. And, you know, it's okay. It's not crazy bold. It actually went on a lot softer than I thought it would. Now, I know it's a little crazy right now, right? Because we're not done yet. I trust the process. But let's switch the brush here. Oh my gosh, my little color switch thing is now dirty. Okay, switching it, dusting it off on my white cotton round just to make sure that it's mostly cleaned up. And I can tell that I've got, you know, some transfer as well as I have glasses marks. So I'm taking the red on the Natasha Denona side, tap it off my extra, and let's just kind of build that up roughly the same place. Going in a second time. Okay, so the Natasha formula on this one doesn't appear to be significantly better than the CColour Cosmetics side. Again, wouldn't have thought to compare formulas, but I thought I might as well mention it while we're doing this. It is not seeming to be very patchy to me. Now, I haven't seen anybody else's review on this because this is an old release, not a new release. I just thought it might be kind of fun to grab something that you might have in your collection and kind of play with it a little bit. Or if you were interested and you missed it, what can we do with the dupe version of it? Okay, this red seems a little bit more wine colored and this one seems to be a little bit more orange. I'm gonna go back into the CColour Cosmetics side. So tone for tone so far, I'm not really feeling that they're spot on dupes. I keep switching in between when I go in to buff it out here a little bit. I do feel like I like this one better, but this isn't bad. We need to change it up a little bit though. Darken up the outer corner here. I think I want to use this brown right here. It seems a little cool toned, but we're just gonna try to go over the top, darken that up a little bit. Wow, that didn't really seem to do much at all, did it? A little bit, but not. I thought it would be a lot more pigmented and richer. Again, a third time. I don't know that I love that brown. Let's drag a little bit down here. I should wait until after I clean up under my eyes before I start dragging stuff down there. Okay, I'm not overly impressed. Let's wipe the brush off. And I'm pretty sure that is supposed to be the match for this one over here on the Natasha side. So we're just gonna pick up some of that. Let's see what that one looks like over here. See, that's immediately more dark and rich, immediately. So I'm just gonna use some small circles to kind of deposit it. And then I might have to take another brush and clean it off and go in and tidy it up a little bit. I'm gonna clean the brush off right now. I know I need to blend more over here, but I'm gonna go back in on the CColour Cosmetics side. Oh my gosh, it is so dusty. Let's see if I get that up. See, I feel like it's not depositing on my lid. I'm gonna go into, and there's so much kick up now in that. I'm gonna go into the darker shade here, just to see if maybe that one stands out a little bit more-ish. Yeah, I think I'm able to get kind of a similar tone with the darker one, which wouldn't be the match that I would have thought. I'm just not loving it right now, you guys, and I've got so much transfer now. I mean, I know I dragged some of it down, but I didn't drag it all the way down here. So I'm gonna take a brand new clean brush, and let's just kind of buff this in on the Natasha side. I didn't mean to talk you guys out of the less expensive option, but I think that there's some definite challenges that you need to know about and to keep in mind if you're gonna go with the other one. I feel like I lost the separation of the shades. Like this one I can see the lighter, the mid-tone working into, you know, the darker, and then the red, I really feel like it's blending. This one, it just seems to be kind of a muddy mess. Now, there's a really good likelihood that it's user error because I'm not a professional makeup artist. And I know they're all mattes right now, but this fallout underneath is driving me crazy. So I'm gonna do a little cleanup. Be patient with me, I'll be back in just 2 seconds. All right, guys, I feel slightly more cleaned up. I did just kind of take just a little bit of micellar water and a cotton round and cleaned it up. And then I went in with the Milani Supercharged. This is a brightening under eye tint, and just kind of try to lighten up underneath both eyes. I think it does a pretty good job. I mean, I do have discoloration under my eyes. I have road miles. It's just the way it is. So let's keep moving on here. I need a shimmer, and I kind of want to use this gold right here in the middle, which seems a little strange, but let's plop that right over the center and see what this does. It's a little chunky, and my fat fingers spread it a little bit. I've got a clean brush here. I'm just going to kind of dust around the edges, and that's okay. It toned down the red. It seemed to kind of meld in those colors together, which is good because now I don't see any kind of patchiness. It just seems to actually kind of make them work together. So let's take, which one was that? That was more of, it wasn't the orange one. This one. This is the matching one. So I'm going to use left hand. Start with this right in the center of the eyeball. Just kind of work it out in each direction. I like that. Wow. Okay, this isn't bad, but I feel like it's not exactly quite where I need to be. So I'm going to go back into the dark brown and color that I kind of struggled with before. Just set up just a little bit. I'm a little disappointed with this palette, you guys. Okay. You know, we're getting there. We're making it happen. We're gonna go in with the lightest, not the lightest like white, but this is like the lightest gold. I'm gonna take a little of that right here. Should have dusted off first. Okay, that's a lot actually. Got a clean brush. Kind of dust around that a little bit. That's okay. Actually a really pretty gold. Now that I love it with the rest of the look. That's a user error, not a shadow or a formula error. We're gonna take the matching gold on this side and plop that right in there. Pretty good match on color, frankly. It's not jarringly different. Okay, I'm gonna clean up just a little bit of my transfer down here. I should put a little bit of effort into cleaning up underneath my eyes and brightening them up, but I think instead what I'm gonna do is grab a brush. We're gonna go into one of these oranges here. I already did that orange. Let's do this one. This is kind of a reddish brown. And let's just kind of smoke this out along the bottom lash line. smoky, warm look. Now this is where it gets a little convoluted, but I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be this match over here. And just gonna drag this lash line. I dusted off more than I needed to. All right, we have that down. I've got this kind of darker, smokier fall look, my sunset look here. I'm gonna put on some mascara and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, a little bit of mascara on. I didn't go crazy, you know, crazy lashes. I didn't go crazy lash on you. There's my two looks. It's really the same look with different products. And now that I'm looking at it, it is hard for me to tell that there's a huge drastic difference. When I look at it a little bit more closely, a little bit more intently, I'm definitely seeing how this is just a smoother blend. It's more seamless. It just looks, it's just a better quality. This one, you know, at the end of the day, I got the same look, and that was kind of what we were trying to do. I got the same look. I was able to build it up and get kind of a similar opacity with some of the shades. Maybe some of them I had to mix a little bit to get a closer color to the Natasha side. But overall, I'm not horribly disappointed. Is this my favorite CColour Cosmetics palette? No, it's not. But then again, I don't know that this is my favorite Natasha Denona palette either. I mean, it's a beautiful palette. Here's the thing with Natasha Denona, and I can say this with the CColour Cosmetics one too. Sorry, I'm trying to clean it off a little bit here so it just doesn't look so crappy. But I really feel like, you know, this right here, these three shades, perfect. You can pair a couple together. You can go in quads. You can go down a row sometimes and get a beautiful look. This yellow is crazy to me. I don't know when I would wear this matte yellow. You know, maybe there's a possibility for it. I didn't use every single shade in here. These bronzes, like this one, this is just gorgeous. A gorgeous, gorgeous bronze color. Oh my gosh, I love that. That is so pretty. This one is the one that, no, I didn't use this one. Let's swatch that. I'm not the best swatcher in the world, but oh my gosh, that's more of a gold bronze as opposed to a brown bronze. I don't know. I don't like the yellow in there. But anyway, great palette. You know, honestly, all said and done, if you happen to see the CColour Cosmetics side or CColour Cosmetics palette and you can pick it up for really inexpensive, whether you can see it at a discount place like TJ Maxx or Ross or Burlington or one of those places, if you happen to see it, sure, absolutely pick it up and play with it. Is it a good, solid, you know, warm, everyday palette? Sure, yeah. With a pop of red that wasn't like super saturated red. And then that mustard yellow. Again, just not really a yellow wear. I've tried. I've tried to use yellow, and it's not just my first choice. Do I like the look? Sure, I would absolutely wear this. Might even wear it the rest of the day. Who's to say? Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. If you'd like to see more dupe videos, I do them on occasion. I try to do at least one high-end dupe video per month, sometimes more. Do love the eyeshadow palettes. Those are kind of my favorite. And if you guys are interested in eyeshadow and just kind of playing with it, exploring with it, and figuring this stuff out together, then I hope you consider subscribing, because I would really like to see you guys around again. So I hope you guys are doing really well. I hope your family's staying warm and safe, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye for now.